My eye, like super watery eyes right now. I can't tell if it's sinuses or blinding lights.
It's the god of sun, Helios, just burning down upon you.
There's no God in here. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Relationshit, our weekly after show about our podcast, Relationshit. We are your hosts, the Fratellis. I'm Marko.
And I'm Tony.
And it's been a really long time since you've seen us, so you probably forgot who we were, but we're back. Hi. I'm sure you guys missed us a lot. Or maybe not. Maybe you guys are like, who are these hoes? But it's all good. We're back. And yeah, we're lazy for the past couple of weeks. It's been a very interesting month for us. And so there's just been a lot going on internally. And sometimes we just don't feel like recording. And we've been giving that to ourselves. However, we are back and we're ready to get back to business. And we thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast and being patient with us and coming back to watch this raggedy ass show. Today we are talking about this week's episode, which was You Make Me Feel Brand New, which was all about making a long-term relationship feel a little bit brand new, because after an extended period of time, you kind of, get into the habit of like not being as cute and as lovey-dovey and having all of those feelings that you once had. So today we're talking about this, and we're super excited to have you guys here. So we talked about an article on the episode, so make sure you guys check out the episode notes on the podcast so that you can go back and read that article, because it had a lot of really great information in there.
Yeah, it was a good one.
But today, Tony and I are talking about an article on Life Hack, and this is the 10 ways to keep your relationship exciting and fresh, which we're super excited about. So fresh. So the first one, first of all, this was written by Amy Morin, and this was written back in a year that is not on here, so I don't know when it was. But that being said, we're going to talk about the first one. A long time ago, pre-COVID.
In a land far, far away.
Yeah, fairy tales and shit. So the first one is keep the element of surprise alive. I love this, right? Like, you should always be striving to like surprise your partner, make them feel like things are fun and exciting and like new in the relationship, and I love that. Yeah,
I thought this would be like a really important one for you.
I love surprise. Look, I say I hate surprises, but you love spontaneity. But I love spontaneity, exactly. Mm-hmm. So, keep your partner on their toe. Like, make toes up. Make sure that they feel like
then get them on their back,
sir. I think it's good. Next one, send romantic text messages. I love this. We actually do a pretty decent job of doing this.
You and I alternate between doing well of just checking in several times throughout the day and being cute with each other throughout the day. So sometimes it'll be, hey, how's your morning? Most of the time. But every once in a while, it's, I'm thinking
about you, which I think is super sweet.
Remember that kiss we had this morning? Like, yeah. It'll be those.
Those things are fun. The next one is schedule regular date nights. We are not good at this.
We keep them on the books. Terrible.
I literally just mentioned this, but this is great because it makes it routine. It also makes it, it just makes, and do it outside of the house.
Yeah.
Because that way it just feels like a new environment and you feel a little bit better about it.
Yeah, you can do the romantic candlelit dinner or the special meal or the anniversary meal or whatever, but like even just going for appetizers or a quick drink for happy hour, like, it does matter and it is important, and we really do need to be better about it.
100%.
You always enjoy it when I'm like, babe, we're going out.
Yeah,
like, yay!
It makes me super happy. I'm like, what do I wear?
So
number 4, verbalize your loving feelings. This is kind of like reviews, right? We love to send a bad review, but it's very rare that we'll send good reviews about a great experience, right? So verbalize your loving feelings. When you're mad at your partner, you have no problem telling them how much they pissed you off about X, Y, and Z. But how often are you telling them how much they made you feel safe, or how they made you feel sexy, or how they, just made you like really, really happy? Those are the kinds of feelings that you need to vocalize as well. So make sure you're doing that.
Especially beyond the I love you, good night, night babe,
right,
morning babe, like beyond that, like, wow, you just looked at me like that and it made me remember when we were, first dating. Like, just extrapolate a little bit.
Sure. Try something new together. I love this. Like, they say
That was my
participate in
favorite.
a new activity together. It keeps the relationship exciting. Take a Chinese cooking class, volunteer at a soup kitchen, anything that you guys can do
Paint and stick.
together. Yeah, those things are just going to be fun and adventurous for you. Number 6, spend time with other couples, especially positive couples that remind you of what a healthy and fun and exciting relationship looks like. There's nothing better than inspiration, right?
This next one is my favorite. Number 7, establish goals together.
Yeah, I liked this one too because they said, maybe it's fitness goals, maybe it's goals on saving money so you could take a vacation together, maybe it's like running a half marathon together, and that's a whole new goal. I love that. Like, set some goals that you two can work towards so that you're both experiencing that love and passion, and you drive each other to do some fun things. I think that's always great.
This next one was also my other favorite. I'm allowed to have 2 favorites.
Okay.
Number 8, discuss your hopes and dreams. So you did this in the beginning of who you wanted to be and where you wanted your life to go. And that really attracted you to your partner long term. And that has grown and evolved over time. And I don't think you know what I hope and dream right now. And I don't think I know what you hope and dream right now.
I think I have a clue as to what you hope and dream. I think you wouldn't know. I don't know that you would know what I'm hoping and dreaming.
I think we both have a sense. I think we have a lot of assumptions in that sense. I think we have an educated idea, but I don't think we actually know. And I think this one was the one for me that made me go, I should work on that.
Yeah, 100%. And I didn't mean to say that as shady as it sounded, like you wouldn't know what I am hoping and dreaming. I don't know if they've evolved since the last time we've talked, or do you see what I'm saying? So I don't know that I've updated you on where I'm at with things, and that's probably the reason as to why you wouldn't know what mine are. Number 9, ask meaningful questions. I think this is amazing. So what was life like when you were growing up, and what do you want for dinner? Like, those questions are what do you want for dinner ends up becoming like
the
routine questions. But like, what about like a variety of questions that really dig deep and get you to like connect with your partner? That's super important. The last one, greet one another with excitement. And we actually mentioned this on the podcast in another form. But it's really, really healthy to like get excited when you see your partner and like super duper have fun, with that excitement, and like make sure that they feel that love when you do get to see one another. It's always super helpful. So that is super helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let us know what you thought about it so that we can add to the list. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of Relationshit. Thank you for watching as we've talked more about this week's topic from the podcast.
Make sure you visit our website, podrelationshit.com, for more content and information about the podcast.
Yep, and while you're there, fill out a listener situation or email us at relationshitquestions@gmail.com. Once a month, we will answer your questions on the podcast and do our best to give some guidance.
And if y'all cheap asses ain't a Patreon member already, head to patreon.com/podrelationship and start donating today.
Word.
Cheap asses.
Word.
Your donations will give you early access to the podcast and even give you behind-the-scenes interviews with our weekly guests. You're not cheap asses.
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
We work with some amazing brands and services, so please show them some support. Head to parasso-usa.com today for all your shave and beard needs. Use promo code Relationshit20 at checkout and get 20% off your purchase.
And for your mental health needs, visit betterhelp.com/Critellis and get 10% off your first month of teletherapy.
And finally, you guys, head to your favorite podcast platform and give the Relationshit podcast a 5-star rating and a positive review. We really want to make it easy for those looking for information and topics discussed in this podcast, and your reviews help make that possible.
Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to continue the conversation. We are at Pod Relationshit on all platforms. Have a great rest of your week. We love you all. Bye.
Toodles.